Ladies, gentlemen, friends, countrymen, freaks, weirdos, perverts, degens, casual observers of my dumb channel, welcome. Hi, I'm Dan. This is Moonshine Talkin. Welcome aboard. Hope you're all having a good one. I'm doing all right. Can't really complain too much. Won't waste a lot of your time. I'll get right to the point. So, this time last year, December 31st, I decided to take what was a dormant YouTube channel that I used to promote my pro wrestling matches. For those of you who aren't familiar with me, I was formerly a pro wrestler. I primarily wrestled on the independent circuit, mostly in the Southeast, primarily in Florida. Wrestled in the New England area for a little while. Uh, but that was my background. I used to use the channel to promote my matches. Then I got injured, couldn't wrestle anymore, and it's pretty much been dormant up until last year, where after plenty of goading from multiple people, I finally started adding videos to it. Wasn't really interested for the longest time, but then started getting interested. The idea was appealing to me, and I started finding what's considered metal YouTube, and that kind of resonated with me. And then the idea was to combine my loves and my passion, which is pro wrestling and heavy metal and horror movies, movies of all different kinds. I love talking about all that sort of stuff. And the channel was born. I did a review on the movie The Iron Claw last year, went to go see it in the theaters, gave my opinions on it, tried to take it, use like kind of like my knowledge of the business, my limited knowledge because I'm a brain dead idiot half the time, and just kind of give my opinion on it and what I thought from not just a fan of movies, but as a fan of wrestling, a student of the business, and just my opinions based on just my experience being in wrestling for whatever that's worth. Did best of 2024 as far as releases that came out, and then kind of went from there. Started doing album reviews and collection updates and stuff like that, and yeah, kind of went from there. I reached out to a few people. First of which was Revik from Morden Red, and he gave me a shout out. And then I reached out to Eddie from Realms of Metal, and he was cool. Then I reached out to Vincent Crowley, got engaging with him a little bit, and slowly but surely, I started meeting a bunch of people in this crazy ass community that was developed well before I was here, and got to know like Barry from that Go Metal show, and Trevor Shredbeard, Paul Kreutz from Ka'ai, Hawaiian Death Metal, and got to meet Trevor from Fumes of Hatred. Got to interact with him. Scott from No Solution, uh, Drew from Drucifer Channel, and a bunch of other people. Anthony from Metal Miners, and quite a few different people who have reached out to me over and over time, and left comments or showed some support and love, that sort of thing. Not to get all sappy. David Price, he's the guy who comments on my channel semi regularly. He's very cool. Just a bunch of people, that have been supportive of my stupid ass dumb channel. I appreciate it. This is just something I did on a whim, and it got to be kind of fun, and I continued to do it because people were paying attention to it. If I'd have went from having the 12 subscribers that I had to having 14, that would have shocked me, honestly. I'm surprised that anybody watches my dumb channel or pays any amount of attention to it, but I'm glad that some people are entertained by it. Hopefully people are entertained by my dumb stories and my rambling and all that sort of thing. So I started picking some stuff up, and I said, you know what, I want to give this away as a sign of my appreciation. And I was for a while I was trying to figure out how to do it, and should I do it when I hit a certain number of subscribers? Should I do it for this, or should I do it for that? I asked Shredbeard, Ash Trevor, and he said, "Man, just do a giveaway. It gets people excited. It gets, people get all ramped up for stuff like that." And I was like, "Yeah, you're right. You're right." And so I did one for. I had a poster for the Terrifier 3 movie that came out. Somebody went to a video store here, and the guy was cool. He gave me a few of them, so I gave a few of those out. One on the channel, and a couple to people who I know in my day-to-day life who would have really appreciated. They're horror fans, particularly Art the Clown. One guy just loved the artwork on it, so I gave a couple of those out. And yeah, so that was that. So I had some stuff here that I wanted to give away. Again, I'll say it probably multiple times, but thank you. I really do appreciate it. Anybody watching this dumb channel, I'll say that again a few more times. So let's get into it. So first of all, one of the first things, if I were smart, if I were calculating about this, I probably should have done this when I did a review of the album, but I didn't because I'm not calculating and smart like that. So the first thing I want to give, actually, before I even say that, so rules. There's not really rules to doing this. If you're interested, uh, I'll have this broken up into different, like we'll call this like the four doors of Dan or something like that. If you're interested in door number one, just say that, or door number two, three, or four, or just say the items that are part of like the column, the door, part of this section of the giveaway. If you want, you can go for all of them. It doesn't really matter to me. We'll set for about a month from now, like 4 weeks from now. We'll do the giveaway. I'll throw some stuff into a hat or a jar or something or other. Try to get a lovely assistant to help me out, and we'll do the drawing, and then we'll go from there. And I will try to get stuff shipped out to you as fast as I can. Um, I have to put some sort of contact info onto my channel. It's one of the things I've been neglectful of doing. It's just one of those things. I still kind of get a little squirrely about the internet and people being weirdos and whatnot. But I guess putting an email address, I'm probably being a weirdo by not putting an email address. So that can't hurt. So I'll have an email address and then we can communicate and I'll figure out how to get stuff to you. I work 50 hours a week at least. So sometimes life gets in the way, but I promise, I'm going to get it to you. So first up, like I said, I probably should have done this when I reviewed the album, but I didn't. I'm going to give you, this is the column one or door number one, Morton Red, Eat Pussy for Satan on CD. I bought one for myself. I bought one to give away, and I thought it would be a cool little prize for somebody at some point. And then on top of that, to sweeten the deal, I'm not going to pull it out, but fresh in its box, its package this is a banner for Mordant Red. It's from the Touch the Skeleton in the Forest EP. He had a limited number of these available, and I was like, oh hell yeah, I'm gonna get this, but I'm gonna get it to give away on the channel at some point. So I've held on to this for a little while, and I said, yeah, man, that's gonna be a cool thing to give away at some point. And again, I didn't know when I was going to do it or how I was going to do it. And then it finally got to a point I procrastinated so much that it was a year into me doing this ridiculousness. And I said, all right, let's do a 1 year. That's perfect. That works. That works just fine. So that's one set of stuff. The second set of stuff, if I could speak properly, it's going to be, you all know I'm a big Goat fan. Yeah, I love Goat. They're one of my favorite bands on the planet. Seen them multiple times. So I was thinking to myself that I wanted to give a couple of their CDs away. And I said, you know what, if you're not really familiar with them, or if you're kind of newer to the band or whatnot, or you're interested in getting into them, but you don't know where to start at the beginning. That's the best place to go with a lot of stuff. These aren't demos or anything like that. I'm not that cool. But I have Funeral Dirge for the Rotting Sun and The Eclipse of Ages into Black right there. That's their first two albums right there on CD. They're actually, when they perform at Hell's Heroes this year, they're doing this one in its entirety. So if you're interested, that's a cool way to, if you're going to the show and you're not really familiar with the whole album as a whole, that's a good way to do it. You know, just get familiar with it if you're not and you're going and you want to be a little bit more familiar with it. Or if not, like I said, it's a good way to get introduced to the band, a good introductory set to the band. So if you're interested, that's a second set of stuff I got for you. And then everybody knows I'm a bit of a doom stoner sludge psych rock fiend, as it were. And one of my favorite bands is Hippie Death Cult. So again, if you're not familiar with them, they're a psych rock band from Portland, Oregon. They put out an album last year called Helichrisium. I don't have that currently. I'm sorry, but they did have a. They recently put a bunch of stuff up on Bandcamp. I did one of the Bandcamp Friday things so I could get them as much of the money to them as possible. So I already have these, but I bought them specifically to do this, to do a giveaway. So again, if you want to get into them, there's no better way than to start with the beginning. So I got Circle of Days and 111. These are their first two albums on CD. Again, sorry, I'm not as cool as some people with the vinyl stuff, and I'd be honestly with me, I'd be afraid to ship that and have it break, and then I'd feel like a total dick and an ass to have it break on you. But I'm more of a CD person, so if you're interested, that's another good one, and this is going to be part of it. If you're interested, it's going to be. I did a review on these guys. On this guy, I should say, Fall of Gnosis. This is Justin Vallis, and he's got a label called Vargheist Records. He's in multiple bands, but that's an album he put out this year. It's kind of like a sludge doom noise mixture. Very interesting, very cool. I gave one of these out earlier this year to Anthony from Metal Miners, and he said he was still getting used to it, but I thought it was really good. I thought it was interesting. Check out that slick artwork. It's very killer. I really enjoyed that. Here, I'll try to show that to you where there's no glare. But yeah, check that out. That's very cool. Very cool stuff. So if you're interested, that's gonna be part of the third one. And then to sweeten the deal on it, I figured I'll do this. I don't know how many of you are familiar with grief, come to grief, but that to me is essential death doom, and that's going to be like that'll be the the third column or the third thing or field or whatever. And then finally, this will probably be limited to more exclusive for certain people. I got this shirt from the band Promethean Horde. It's a size large, so unless I want to look like I shop at the Baby Gap, I can't really wear it. It doesn't fit me. They gave it to me because I bought their CD, and there was like the whole little issue with Nick, who's their vocalist. He's got an actual website, and I ordered it off of Bandcamp. He wasn't aware that I had ordered it, and it was around the same time I'd ordered a couple other things. Actually, it was around the same time I ordered Go to Mentis's album, and I got that. I got a couple other things I got at the time. Didn't get the Promethean Horde CD, so then I finally reached out to him, and he was cool. He's a very cool dude. I got to meet him at Swarmfest and talk to him, and he's a super cool guy, very very hospitable. And he didn't have to do this, but he sent me a shirt, and as it turned out, he sent me the large because I didn't get back to him quick enough because I didn't realize he sent me an email. And he was like, I sent you a large. And when I finally responded to him, I was like, I usually wear 2X if I want to be comfortable, and an XL if I'm going to cut the sleeves off and use it to work out in. So if you ever wanted to know my specs or anything like that, or you wanted to know something that you can go post a friggin' Tiger Beat magazine or whatnot, then yeah, that's that. But yeah, if anyone's interested in that, just let me know. So that's what I got. Four layers of doom, four doors of death. I don't know. Put whatever tag you want on it. But if anyone's interested, like I say, just leave a comment. Let me know what you're interested in. I'll do the drawing. We'll do it as fairly as possible, just throwing people's names in a hat, and then we'll go from there. And I'll get it out to you. So again, from the bottom of the cockles of my blackened heart, I truly appreciate any of you watching, supporting, appreciating, being entertained by this silly nonsense that I call a YouTube channel. Uh, I got plenty of stuff going on in the future as far as reviews and collection updates and doing this, that, and the other thing. I would love to just start doing some live streaming stuff, but I got to just find the time and the this and the that to do it. I want to try to do some interviews this year with some some musicians, maybe some wrestling personalities. I'm trying to line it up. I just got kind of give you a little bit of a spoiler, but my buddy who I put over all the time, Sean Christane, he's a guy I went to Malenko's with. We're gonna do something together and kind of talk about the old days and do some watch alongs with some of our matches, and hopefully some people come check that out. But it's just working out the details of it and trying to get things all put together and then getting it done is the main thing. But yeah, the point being is I'm gonna try to do some more stuff like that, and then just kind of just do my normal thing here, just do the reviews and go to movies, go check out some live shows and give recaps and show some video and stuff like that on it. And yeah, just doing my thing. That's what I'm doing. Just hanging and banging, trying to stay healthy, trying not to kill myself in the process, and just enjoying enjoying listening to music and sharing my passion with heavy metal and pro wrestling and horror movies and movies of all stripes and designs and all the stuff that I enjoy doing. I just, I love engaging with people, and yeah, that's that. I'm pretty much babbling at this point. So again, anyone who's ever left a comment, who has subscribed to the channel, shown any sort of support, been comfortable enough to reach out to me in real life and interact with me either through text message or emails, or inviting me onto their live streams, like Vincent Crowley and Scott from No Solution, and Trevor from both Trevors actually, from Fumes of Hatred and Shredbeard, Paul Kreutz, Kai. Uh, yeah, I appreciate it. You guys rule. You're awesome. Horns way up in the sky. Hails to everybody. And yeah, everybody, good luck. And again, thank you, thank you, thank you. You're all awesome. And everybody, have a happy new year and a good one. I'll catch you on the next one. Later.